China has urged the United States to implement significant and substantial reductions to its nuclear arsenal, dismissing U.S. worries about potential coordinated nuclear threats from multiple nuclear-armed adversaries. The U.S. is the main source of nuclear threats and strategic risks worldwide, said Chinese Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Mao Ning on Wednesday. China calls on the U.S. to take on its unique and primary responsibility for nuclear disarmament by making drastic cuts to its nuclear stockpile, halting nuclear sharing, extended deterrence, and the expansion of nuclear alliances, along with other actions that jeopardize global and regional peace and stability. Essentially, the Chinese Foreign Ministry is demanding that the U.S. abandon its policy of providing nuclear assurances to NATO and Indo-Pacific allies. These demands resonate with criticisms from Russia and North Korea, which have condemned U.S. alliances in Europe and Northeast Asia while enhancing their military cooperation amid the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Dr. Vipin Narang, the outgoing Acting Assistant Secretary of Defense for Space Policy, noted on August 1st at the Center for Strategic and International Studies that any one of these nuclear challenges would be daunting on its own, but the simultaneous and increasing collaboration among them is unprecedented, compelling us to rethink deterrence, escalation dynamics, and how to deter opportunistic aggression in this new nuclear era. Narang also pointed out that Chinese forces have begun loading new nuclear silos with missiles, part of a nuclear expansion by Beijing that has raised alarms in Washington and neighboring capitals. The rapid pace and scale of China's nuclear development coincide with more explicit threats from Russia and North Korea, prompting U.S. officials to consider the possibility of a coordinated multi-theater nuclear threat against the U.S. and its allies. In recent years, we have refined the strategic concepts and plans necessary to ensure credible deterrence in this new nuclear age, Narang stated. The president has recently issued updated nuclear weapons employment guidance to address the presence of multiple nuclear-armed adversaries, particularly the significant growth and diversification of China's nuclear arsenal. We are now in a new nuclear age, characterized by an unprecedented mix of multiple revisionist nuclear challengers who are uninterested in arms control or risk reduction, each rapidly modernizing and expanding their nuclear arsenals while openly threatening to use nuclear weapons to achieve their objectives, Narang explained. The growth and diversification of China's nuclear capabilities, which we did not anticipate when we developed the nuclear modernization program over a decade ago, will be a defining aspect of this new nuclear landscape. Russia has publicly backed the Chinese Foreign Ministry's response through state media and criticized U.S. cooperation with Japan, a key ally in the Indo-Pacific. Japan's foreign policy poses clear risks to regional stability and security, said Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova on Wednesday. We are particularly concerned about Japan's plans to compromise its nuclear-free status by participating in the U.S. so-called joint nuclear missions, conducting multilateral exercises with allied strategic aircraft capable of nuclear operations, and discussing the potential hosting of U.S. medium-range missiles. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has expressed concerns that China or North Korea might interpret Russia's nuclear-backed invasion of Ukraine as a precedent for aggression in Asia. The implications of Russia's nuclear threats extend beyond the threats themselves, Kishida stated. These threats may have already inflicted serious damage on the nuclear non-proliferation regime and could make it even more challenging for countries seeking to abandon their nuclear ambitions. The desire to develop and possess nuclear weapons might spread further to other nations. U.S. officials are working to reassure allies that they do not need to pursue their own nuclear arsenals while addressing the expanding threats. Our current nuclear force posture and modernization program are essential, but may not be sufficient in the coming years to meet these challenges, Narang concluded. We must continue to strengthen our network of allies and partners and enhance our extended deterrence efforts in NATO and the Indo-Pacific, as these represent our asymmetric advantage over adversaries.